Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order, Last Days of Europe, with me here, the Omega, and the Empire of Japan. So, in the last episode, we have pretty much gotten very close to stabilizing the economy, and we're currently losing only about 0.8% of our GDP per year, which is tolerable with the fact that in 20 days we will boost our GDP growth by additional 0.45%, so we will get to about minus 0.43%, which I consider, plausible, to be quite honest. I'm thinking we will afterwards take one more choice, which will be the austerity measures, which will help us completely decrease inflation and GDP growth, but it's gonna put us at a stagnancy, basically. What is a bit more daunting at this point is the fact that we have very low government stability support from public and House of Peers. We need to work on that dramatically. Now, when you look at the government stability, we have quite a big pain from not being the largest faction in the Diet and not having at least 50% support. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is in 21 days, we should be theoretically roughly able to take another propaganda campaign, which will increase public approval for us and support in House of Peers. We will, in the meantime, work on the Bente pressure, which will improve our relations with our faction, with other factions, and then we're going to go with... I guess we can go with listen with Kido, because that one is going to improve the relations with other two factions. Then talk with Ikeda and the pragmatism. We need to get the support up as fast as possible. One thing that I want to check here is how much would it cost to set and offer concessions to 100. No, we don't want to do any of these. Improve. Okay, those are just relations. Technocrat relations. The worst ones we have reformist and independence. So independence would probably be a wise choice to take, and I don't think anyone is going to help us with the independence. Okay, well, we need to do the public support first, and then we'll deal with the rest. Further economic reforms have to wait. We need to stabilize our government right now. The relations are going to help. We're going to get more support, and that eventually should fix most of our issues, but we'll see. Siberian Workers' Federation declared war on the Central Siberian Republic. What? Central Siberian Republic. You are at war with these guys. Oh god. Vitaly Kostin. Okay, so these are syndicalists. Do they have an army? They have 50,000 men. Yeah, they don't have much of a chance, but what the hell is going on here? Vitaly Semenovich Kostin was until recently a nobody. He was born in 1938 in a small settlement in Altai, and from a young age quickly became involved in mining. After a brief period of serving in the Central Siberian Republic's army, where he was a first-hand witness of its unraveling and final collapse, he found himself in Novosibirsk, poised to continue his career. Kostin lacked the adhesion others had to the regime's belief, and despite the rumors of connections with the underground socialist populist Narodnik group, he became an exemplary worker. The miner was of no particular relevance to the politics of the Russian warlords until the revolt began. Determined to make the last stand against the resurgent authorities in Central Siberia, the working class of its cities and villages took up arms against their perceived oppressors. News of checkpoints after checkpoint being taken over by ragtag militias arrived to the rulers of the region, and it seemed as effective control of it seemed to be slipping away once again. At the head of this grand uprising was Kostin, who did not lose the chance to guide the proletariat to victory. Yet, as much as the once normal citizen has become the figurehead of this liberation movement, He is not its king. President of the supreme leader. A form of liberation socialism has emerged in liberated communities, and there is no sole leader in such a system. All Vitaly Kostin wants is for his people to be free and equal, and if all-out revolution is what it will take, all-out revolution it shall be. Well, he has interesting ideas, but I don't think he came in, soon enough, because unless these guys are at some major war with... No, they're not. Okay, so this will be suppressed. The West Russian Revolutionary Front conquered the Tatarstan Republic. And to my greatest surprise, Amur seems to be actually winning this. Huh. Well, we'll see. Maybe it's just, the beginning surprise of it. We shall see. You're at war with just them, right? Yeah, they lost a little bit of territory. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Weirder things have happened. Research isn't doing. How's the Navy doing? The Navy is still upgrading, which is great. We need these ones to be... And you're still building new ones, so let us just stop that. Hold on. We need 2 more here. We have 1, 2... Yeah, okay, so this is big enough. We'll have 5 in each of these. Do we need... We need a couple more. So if I organize you 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, then we would need 2 more. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and the one that's built, and then we need 2 more. Okay, so let us build 3 of these. And then we'll have 6 patrol, 1 for each of these regions, each consisting of 4 destroyers. That sounds like a plan, if I ever heard one. The manpower is now 4.44 million, not billion, 4.4 million. The population is 121 million. The Free French Liberation Forces declared war on the Republic of Mossiland. Free France. Formed in Africa. Oh, it's Charles de Gaulle. Thrown away. Hold on, let me just see what's going on here. Nothing. Okay. Thrown away. Yawing clutched the slip, reading the text over and over again. Let go. Let go to cut expenses. She looked into the tiny window, into the falling snow, wondering if others like her shared the same fate. Under her feet was a suitcase, graciously provided by her captors. Perhaps there was a tinge of light in the darkness. Yawing heard the creak of the door. Another woman walked into the room. Feng, clad in simple dress, sat on the other side of the room. Did you get dismissed? Yawing held up the slip. Feng sighed, slumping against the wall. No, they still want me, I think. Yawing could not figure out whether she felt bad or relieved for her friend. In truth, she believed Feng was feeling the same for her. I'm not sure if either of our situations are good. You can't speak Japanese and act like one. A pause, frozen cold, descended upon the room, and I have to continue working here. Yawing had not thought of the future. Outside of the woman's quarters, she had no connections, and barely enough money to last her a month. After she packed her meager belongings and went out into the cold, what would happen? Could she even go back home? Only fate knows my future. I just hope we'll meet again. Yawing's eyes watered, and as her head pounded from holding the tears back. Sniffling, she continued, You're a good woman, Feng. I hope you do well. She nodded, sensing that she should leave. Yawing kneeled in front of her bed, opening the briefcase and packing her clothes. After today, she would go to the wolves. If a human wife is priceless, why are there so many thrown away? I'm not really sure what this is in relation to. Do you guys understand? This seems a little bit like maybe two women and, to comfort women talking or something. Maybe we'll see a bit more that will explain it. The West Russian Revolutionary Front declared war on the Principality of Vyatka. Oh, that situation is just awful. Is Germany at war here, or is that just the Baltics? Yes, the Baltic. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember this mess. SS Oberačnit Ostland, Reichskommissariat Ostland, Belarusian Central Council, and General Bezirk Letland. Well, good luck, guys. Fight it out. Inauguration of the chief executive Ibuka. Following Matsuzawa Takuji's interim reign, the representative of the Guangdong Legislative Council has sworn in Ibuka. Okay, so wait, where are you? Guangdong, here. I can check their national focus afterwards because I'm interested. I know that they have a very vast tree and story. Masaru of Fujitsu Limited as their new chief executive. Oh, they sworn in Ibuka Masaru of Fujitsu Limited as their new chief executive. As an engineer by trade and belonging to Guangdong's hardline corporate faction, he has sworn to build a state based on meritocratic principles and a society whose technical expertise matches that of Fujitsu Laboratories. A staunch opponent of the Suzuki administration's efforts towards labor reform, Ibuka is expected to continue his stance against increased welfare towards Guangdong's indigenous population. This is expected to draw significant opposition from reformist elements in the Legislative Council, particularly from his longtime rival and former business associate Morita Akio of Sony. Perhaps Ibuka will bring much-needed innovation? Okay, Reichskommissariat Ostland defeated General Bezirk Letland. The towns have been equipped. So what are you guys up to? You're part of the co-prosperity sphere. You do have a really big focus tree. And you worked through it, the Ibuka plan. Suzuki's ill-timed triumph. Breaking even. Going once, going twice. Sold. The empty throne. Hail Hitachi Guangdong on the black. In the black. And what's this? Limiting collateral damage to tsunami. A safe port. Maintaining public order. Enforce a curfew. Yeah, I know Guangdong was part of one of the biggest updates, so fiscal health. They have a really healthy debt to GDP ratio. GDP growth is massive. Poverty rate nearly 70%. Jesus Christ. What a hellhole. Okay, we're saving up for the increased support in the Yokusankai. Did the House of Peers support drop further? It did, didn't it? What happened? But not the largest faction. The support has dropped. I don't know why. Jesus, Richard Nixon resigns. As of noon today, President Richard Nixon has officially resigned his post of President of the United States, the first to do so in the nearly 200 years of American history. Nixon stood accused of wiretapping his rivals in the National Progression Pact during the 1960s election, as well as obstruction to justice for trying to cover up the deed. With impeachment inevitable, he left of his own accord rather than be convicted and removed. The office falls to Vice President John F. Kennedy, scion of the prominent Kennedy family, a charismatic figure. He has drawn both praise from the progressives and ire from segregationists for his support of the civil rights. Whether he can step out of the Nixon administrative shadow and forge his own legacy has yet to be seen. Can Kennedy hold it together? Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about the situation of our government. We really need to increase this. The support I mean, the public is gonna support us, that's good. It's 33%, so as we keep increasing it... Faction power. Embellishing accomplishment decreases. No, we can't. We need to increase the support. Is there anything here that would help us with the support? Standing tall would. And rule by our views or none. And okay, so all of these will help significantly. We just need to work through them. Hopefully the game is not gonna backhand us. Death of Plague, Hibusong Kagram. With recent government purges gripping the attention of the nation, a more unexpected development has brought the Republic of Taiwan to a standstill. The death of the Grand Marshal, father of the nation, Plague Phibun Songkram. From his involvement in the 1932 revolution against royal absolutism, to leading Taiwan to victory in war against the European imperialists, to the declaration of Thai Republic, Phibun Songkram's legacy is perhaps the greatest in Thai history. His passing was announced to the nation by an interim government council consisting of various prominent bureaucrats and generals, now entrusted to manage the immediate fallout of the passing of Taiwan's Pater Patriae. I think they immediately abolished the kingdom later. However, with power now resting in Bangkok's most cunning schemers, many now wonder how long until the balance of power tips and violence swallows the young republic. The storm before the storm. Error. Okay, they have a GDP growth. Poverty rate is better than in Japan, actually. Nothing is really happening there. I do wonder. Is there anything? I don't think improved reformist technocrats relations. Due to having less than 55% support, our support will not be affected this time. This time, yeah, we need to boost it because this is really bad. This is really bad, or next time we'll be screwed. The Committee of the Liberation of the Peoples of Russia declared war on the Aryan Brotherhood. The world is just a mess. Ananta Samakon Hall bombed. Merely a week after the death of Marshal Plaque Phipun Songkram, the National Assembly of Taiwan has been targeted in a terrorist attack. Well, who saw that coming? During a session of the Assembly at the Ananta Samakon Parliament Hall, a bomb was detonated in the building, killing 10 civil servants. The President of the Assembly has formed a committee to investigate the attack and has expressed concerns that this may have been politically motivated. Well, no kidding. Experts in the region have agreed with the President's assessment. The bombing had set back an already delayed attempt to confirm the next President of the Republic. It is unfortunate and possible that opponents to the Assembly preferred candidate may be delaying this decision by any means necessary. Will they ever be able to declare a new president? Well, who knows. Reformation of the Dutch Basic Laws. What? Okay. Corporatism. Interesting. Recent actions by the Dutch government against Suriname. Oh, Suriname's autonomy. Wait, that's okay. Are they here? There was a. Let's assume that there was a Dutch remnant here somewhere, but I forgot where. But I think I saw it. Or maybe not. Okay. Autonomous Park protest in the capital city of Paramaribo. Wait. Paramaribo, we can find that. No. Okay. So then, show me Suriname. Ah, here we go. Oh wait! I'm dumb. Suriname is in, yes, South America. And they are Guyana Organization of Free Nations. West Indies Federation. Huh, wait, I'm confused. So are they existing or not? Protest the intercapitals of Paramaribo following a revision of the colonial basic laws. The most vacant Dutch legislature passed legislation that reduced the exile government to ceremonial position and established voting privileges for exiles in Suriname. Queen Juliana's advisors then advised her to dismiss the Surinamese prime minister and appoint the Dutch prime minister, thus further unifying the Dutch realm. What Dutch realm? Honor is Suriname. So wait, is Suriname now the Dutch constitution? Okay, we can read this after. So maybe Suriname is the only colony of the Dutch and now holds the Dutch government? The move has sparked outrage among the Surinamese population, who view the move as a violation of prior autonomy agreements with the Dutch crown. While the current Surinamese National Assembly will continue to stand until the next elections, the new basic law has produced a rift between the exiles and Surinamese population. Is this a free nation? So hold on, Gerard Helders is the leader here. 1947, the Dutch Constitution. Talk of the constitutional reform was already commonplace during the government's exile in London. However, when the government was forced into further exile into the Caribbean, there was no choice. The constitution was reformed. The new constitution of 1947 was not too different from the previous one in its underpinnings. It espouses the fundamental values of freedom and democracy under a constitutional monarchy. However, it is different in one major thing. It provides ample autonomy to the various remaining Caribbean colonies, which have become constituent democracies within the democracy of the exiled Kingdom of the Netherlands. So West Indies Federation. Claims of Unity. Free market capitalism. Star boy of the OFN and Queen Juliana. Queen Juliana of the Netherlands is the only child of Queen Wilhelmina and Henry of Mecklenburg-Schwerin. She received a private education and studied international law at the University of Leiden. In 1947, she married Prince Bernhard of Lippe-Biesterfeld. With him, she had 4 daughters, Beatrix, Irene, Margrethe, and Christina. During the German invasion of the Second World War, the royal family was evacuated to the United Kingdom. Eventually, Juliana and her other children went to Canada, while Bernhard and Wilhelmina remained behind. When the United Kingdom was invaded, the rest of the family joined Juliana in Canada, and then went to Suriname, where the Dutch exile government had at last settled down. Okay, so here's the answer to my question. Sorry about it, I got really confused with other mod, I guess, because I thought they had remained in the common... Oh, that was Kaiserreich, I think, further in Dutch East Indies, I don't remember. Since the decline of her mother in the late 40s, Juliana has been essential de facto queen in exile of the Netherlands, replacing her mother at ceremonies and events. Despite the apparent strength of the Hitlerite tyranny over the Kingdom of the Netherlands, she remains optimistic that Amsterdam will be liberated someday. Even if that does not take place, she refuses to despair. In that case, she will most willingly join her exiled government in entering into formal agreements with the Caribbean colonies to form a real country, evolving beyond this transitory state of the affairs. Okay, so they're trying to survive over here. And what's the poster boy of the OFN? Being one of the last standing members of the old Allied powers, the exiled government of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Suriname is a member of the Organization of Free Nations. However, because of the obvious difficulties presented by being a government in exile to run a portion of its former colonial empire, it is heavily reliant on extensive loans and other assistance to keep itself afloat. As a result of the flow of aid to Suriname, the country has become known as the poster boy of the OFN, a democracy kept alive and made to flourish by the extensive assistance of its free democratic allies. While this has led to a strong economic situation, the strength is in fact fragile, as one country is quite strongly dependent on OFN assistance. Okay, and just one more thing, which comes from the one we get here, while we can continue with these two. Just one more thing. Believe me, we are just as excited as you are to bring about the changes Japan needs. It's about time this country was brought to some semblance of order. However, how can we do that while being so soft on the Zaibatsu? Those decrepit houses of lethargy and decay can no longer be allowed to direct our economy. Unless, of course, the Prime Minister wishes to preside over the Sumimoto crisis or perhaps the Mitsubishi crisis. We don't want to be obstructionists, but unless real meaningful change is brought about, we will. We understand the need for government unity. Yes, nobody understands more than us. And we admire the policy agenda the Prime Minister has set out. But can I hope to support this cabinet when its programs don't extend to my constituents in Niigata? Our prefecture has been neglected by Tokyo for far too long. I'm afraid for us to offer our support for free. Our roads have been allowed to fall into disrepair, agricultural stipends have fallen below the national average, our businesses are in dire need of investment, the list goes on. Mr. Kido is well aware of his arrangement with the current administration, as you can rest assured that he stands, and you can be rest assured that he stands to maintain it. However, we are not as beholden to the Lord Keeper as many like to think, and we are more than capable of making independent judgments of the present situation. To spot details which are below the Lord Keeper's notice, take the growing impudence in the countryside, for example. Previous administration have, in their fleeting desire for popular acclaim, allowed tenants to take more and more while producing little in return. Prime Minister Kaya has promised to discipline the economy and return things to their proper order. We ask for a gesture of goodwill. So we have 3 quotes here, and we can decide who we bend to. So relations with hardliners, relations with conservatives, or relations with Kido-ites in political power plus 25%. So what's the situation here? The Kido-ites are just unbelievably small. Conservatives are very big. But the 25 political power is tempting. What's our relations with each? Relations with Kido-ites are poor, but they will be improved. Relations with conservatives are actually not that bad. Let me see what the... So we'll get 10 extra conservatives, 15 extra conservatives, 10 extra Kido-ites. In addition, so that's 20 with Kido-ites, 15 with conservatives, and reformists. I guess I'm gonna go with the Kido-ites, quite honestly, because improving the relation and getting the 25 political power is a good idea. We can use that one. Next, let's go with... Yeah, we need to talk with the conservatives. So talk with Ikeda. Ikeda Masanosuke has a vast influence over a clique of powerful corporatists. It is a resource that, once tapped, could bring immense political capital to Kaya's government. As an appointment will have to be made in order for Ikeda to be assured that his present and future concerns are to be well heard. Kawashima Sojiro will therefore be assigned to the task of managing the Home Ministry. The Yokosankai's principles are surely to be dutifully followed by the government. Okay, sure. And we have 75 political power, which I am going to use immediately to launch a propaganda campaign to increase support of public and House of Peers. And do you want to increase our power? Or is there anything else that we can do here? Improve technocrats' relations. I think we might want to improve the relations with the conservatives a little bit more. But we'll have to see. Or we will save political power and get this one in a couple more days again. Because this one is the most important for us because it increases public approval and House of Peers. And we'll keep working on the relations in the meantime. We'll have to decide. Anyway, I guess that's all for this episode. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one, where we continue trying to keep our government alive and not crumble to dust. We desperately need to improve. I mean, using the public, we need to increase our power, but as we're not the biggest faction, that is the issue. How many? We would need like 30 more %. So if each one of these gives us 2.5%, that is just like we need what? 300 political power to get that? That's insane. Oh god.